I will be making some forward-looking statements as we go through the presentation. And these are the main points that I'm going to be touching on as we go through it. I'm not going to talk about that slide. Brian, you stole my thunder on the Discovery Group, but as Brian mentioned, we are a member of the Discovery Group. I'm sure that many of you have heard of a number of these companies that currently make up the group. And as Brian said, the track record speaks for itself, and a couple of major transactions that I'll just point out on the right-hand side of this slide: the sale of Kaminak Gold to Gold Corp in 2016 for over $500 million, and the 2018 sale of Northern Empire to Corp. So we're very fortunate to have that backing behind us. Looking at the company itself, we're very fortunate to have a very strong and deep technical team with a long track record of success, including Adrian Fleming, our chairman, John Floric, chief geologist for the Detour mine, which is now owned by Kirkland Lake, and on the advisory team, John Robbins, Jim Paterson, Rob Carpenter, and so on. We also have a very excellent technical team on the ground doing our work, mainly in Quebec right now, which we're very fortunate for as well. Genesis has a current number of shares outstanding, just over 52 million. Our market cap's only around $13 million right now, but we do have a very a good share structure for a company our size. Management and close associates own approximately 16% of the company, and then the other 35% includes a number of institutional holders, including Eric Sprott, Commodity Capital, Gold 2000, Delbrook Capital, and so on. So about 50% of the shares are currently retail shareholders. And we've got about a $13 million market cap right now. And we ended 2020 with approximately $3 million in the bank. So we're funded for the first part of our exploration plans for 2021. Genesis, I got involved with the company about just over a year ago now, and focus has been on working on the main projects that we have right now, and then looking at other acquisition opportunities as well. But we're focused in the Abitibi Greenstone Belt, central Canada, spans the Ontario-Quebec border. Many of these names that you see on the map here are well-known mining camps that really form the basis for mining in Canada going back over a century. October Gold is down in the southwest part of the camp on the Ontario side. I have one slide at the end of the presentation on that, but our main focus property and flagship is the Chevrier property up here to the northeast in Quebec in the Chibougamau mining camp. Chevrier is about 35 kilometers southwest of the historic mining town of Chibougamau, Quebec. We cover a greater than 15-kilometer extent of the main gold-related structural break in that area, which is called the Fan Camp Deformation Zone. And the project has a current mineral resource that was put out in 2019 containing just under 400,000 ounces of indicated resources, averaging 1.44 grams per ton gold, and almost 300,000 ounces of inferred resources at 1.33. We'll have a more detailed slide on that coming up in the presentation. We're very fortunate to be in an area with excellent infrastructure. We've got paved highways surrounding the company, a good network of forestry roads, excellent support in the local community, as well as First Nation support. Large property, more than almost 300 square kilometers. Very active exploration area. This is a map showing our property outline again, and a number of properties around it, including the Monster Lake high-grade deposit, which is being explored by IAMGOLD. Their new discovery down here, IAMGOLD owns 75% in Nelligan, which has a 3 million ounce, 1 gram pit-constrained resource. Joe Mann, a past-producing mine, still being explored today, high-grade, over 1 million ounces produced at 8 grams. We have 3 known deposits in our property, including the main zone, east zone, which are separated by about 8.5 kilometers, and then the Chevrier South Zone, which is not of a current mineral resource, and I've got one slide coming up on that as we move through the presentation. Almost 7 million ounces of gold been produced in this district over the past century. Here's a breakdown of the current resources that we have from 2019. Most of the ounces and tons are in the main zone. As you can see, each of these zones, the main and east zone, include a pit-constrained category and an underground category. About 53% of these resources are reporting to the open pit using the parameters from 2019. One of the things when I got involved and we started looking at this in detail is we recognized that there's a lot of high-grade gold in the main zone deposit, and it had not been well defined by the current patterns of drilling. And so this is just an example of grade times thickness pre-2020 drill hole intercepts. And if you go down here, 3 meters at 38, 5.8 of 15, and so on, you can see that, yeah, there's a lot of high-grade gold intercepts in this deposit. Typical shear zone hosted quartz vein material. And so we designed a two-phase drill program for 2020 targeting these areas of high grade. And you can see here there's 6 of them throughout the main zone and adjacent to it and at depth. This is the pit shell from the 2019 resource estimate. And you can see the distribution of the holes that were drilled in 2020, 8,700 meters in 2 phases, 34 drill holes. We carried out that phase 1 program in the winter and were successful. 6 of the 9 holes that were completed hit high-grade gold. You can see a summary of any of the results here on the left-hand side of the slide. So we were very encouraged by that, ranging from 60, 70 meters below surface down to below the pit shell, so tracing these sort of higher-grade zones down to depth. So we, on the basis of that, moved forward with the phase 2 program that we executed in the fall. It included 25 holes. We've reported assays for 10 of those. We're expecting the remaining holes to come in over the next little while, quite quickly here. But very high-grade gold hit in a number of these holes, particularly in the Fox zone in the southwest part of the main zone. You can see here hole 76. The wider interval was 4.5 grams over 40.5 meters, but that included 10.7 grams over 13 meters and a high-grade core of 21 grams over 4 meters. And that's in this area here. We undercut it with another hole that hit high-grade gold. So we're starting to define a really high-grade area in this western part of the main zone with the high-grade drilling. This is what the core looked like. We hit it at a good core angle, and you can see I put in each of the individual assays here. So we're hitting a high-grade gold consistently, and really good-looking stuff. So based on that, we're waiting for the bulk of the results, or the remainder of the results, to come in, and we'll update our model and determine the next appropriate steps for continuing to explore and look towards an updated resource on the main zone. I mentioned the south zone. Doesn't have a current mineral resource. It's under this shallow constrained water body, but it is a significant deposit, 1.2 kilometers in strike length. So it has a similar strike length to the main zone. If you put these two together, you've got greater than a 2.5 kilometer extent of gold mineralization along this trend here. You can see on the inset map. So we are evaluating this and seeing what we could do to define a current mineral resource here. You see numerous sort of near surface, good, plus gram intercepts ranging up to almost 6 meters of 6.6 grams in the core of it here, and some wider intervals as you get down to a little bit more depth. So we're evaluating how we can move that forward. And the other thing on Chevrier is that we've done is try to find something new on this property. So obviously perspective has the right structures going through it. This is the fan camp trend in this main map here in the center of the slide. So we carried out a property-wide till survey in 2019, identified 6 high-priority target areas from that, and we've gone back in 2020 and followed up on those with more detailed till surveys, soil sampling surveys, and where appropriate, mapping and sampling. This property is covered by a thin veneer of glacial till covering a lot of it. So the thing, I won't go on about these too much, but the target number 1 and 2 area here east of the east zone has really come to the fore. It stands out with a massive a golden till anomaly ranging up to 466 gold grains per standardized 10 kilogram sample size. That's an order of magnitude higher than the background or the anomaly threshold in this area. with almost 90% being pristine. So we're actually carrying out a ground mag survey in this area right now, and we're planning on that's going to be our next drilling program is focusing on this. We've got a drill lined up for a winter drilling program, and so we're going to be testing this area with a number of drill holes. So I'll just say a couple words on October Gold. We've not done a lot of work on this property, but it's, again, a large property, 100% ownership. It's located along the Redoubt Deformation Zone, western extension of the Cadillac-Larder Lake Break. Prospective geology running right through it, the major structure. There's drilling associated with the western extent of the Jerome mine trend that goes right up to our boundary. We're about 12 kilometers away from Cote Lake, which is going into production, 7.3 million ounce proven and probable reserve. So we are moving forward with plans to start a comprehensive exploration program on this property. The eastern part of it has been virtually unexplored. So we're really looking forward to getting out and working on that. So really, just to wrap up the presentation, why would you invest in Genesis? We've got a proven management team with a long track record of making discoveries and successes in the market. We're focused in one of the best exploration jurisdictions and mining jurisdictions in the world, the Abitibi Greenstone Belt, and we've got two 100% owned properties. Chevrier, which has great infrastructure, local support. It's a large project. We've got an existing gold resource which underpins our value with an unrecognized high-grade component that we're exploring and potential for significant new discoveries. And we're starting to work on this October Gold property, which is right along a major structure, has great geology, and all the makings of a good gold project. We were financed for the first part of our work in 2021. We've got an active exploration program, and we're going to have strong news flow over the coming weeks and months.